Hey everybody, how you doing? I've come in here again to show you guys how to do a quick and easy 21-day pot roast recipe. It's quite simple, quite easy, and all you really need is real simple, easy ingredients. And I like the chicken noodle soup that I did a couple days ago. This one is real simple. All you need is whatever type of beef you use. It could be round roast, bottom roast. It can be whatever type of roast you prefer. Usually lean is better. We have the lean beef right here that I have that I'll show you in a minute that I've just cut in half and will be searing. And then you also have the simple ingredients of garlic cloves, onions, and turnips. Also, it calls for you can use you know parsley, anything like that, but I also use bay leaves and thyme to go along with it. The thyme actually gives it some pretty good flavor. And the low sodium beef broth, that's a must if you want to make it really really healthy, or try to make it healthy. And also the coconut oil, which I use for processing for searing the meat, which is really simple, really easy, and I'll show you guys how to do that in just a second. So if you hang in there and bear with me, I will show you guys how to do a quick and easy 21-day pot roast. Thank you. Hey everybody, how you doing? I've come in here again to show you guys how to do a quick and easy 21-day pot roast recipe. It's quite simple, quite easy, and all you really need is real simple, easy ingredients. And I like the chicken noodle soup that I did a couple days ago. This one is real simple. All you need is whatever type of beef you use. It could be round roast, bottom roast. It can be whatever type of roast you prefer. Usually lean is better. We have the lean beef right here that I have that I'll show you in a minute that I've just cut in half and will be searing. And then you also have the simple ingredients of garlic cloves, onions, and turnips. Also, it calls for you can use parsley, anything like that, but I also use bay leaves and thyme to go along with it. The thyme actually gives it some pretty good flavor. And the low sodium beef broth, that's a must if you want to make it really really healthy, or try to make it healthy. And also the coconut oil, which I use for processing for searing the meat, which is really simple, really easy, and I'll show you guys how to do that in just a second. So if you hang in there and bear with me, I will show you guys how to do a quick and easy 21-day pot roast. Thank you. All right, so real quick, real simple, real easy here is how you can braise or get your pan hot with some coconut oil. All I do is just go ahead, and I've already seasoned the meat with salt and pepper. You can use Lipton onion soup mix too. You can use salt, pepper, whatever you want to use, however you want to season your meat. Some people I know use also use a little bit of flour. You can use coconut flour on that also. Sorry about that. It's best if you have everything ready and laid out. Little technical glitch there. I didn't have everything laid out like I wanted to. So, as it's cooking, you can hear it frying up a little bit. And as always, make sure you don't wander away from the grease or anything like that when you are cooking grease fires. And let it cook, let it brown a little bit on each side for a couple minutes, maybe about 1 or 2 minutes aside. You're just trying to seal in the flavor. That's all you're doing. You're not cooking it right here on the stove top. You're just going ahead and getting it ready, getting it seared. Like I said, the idea behind putting the flour on it also with the salt and pepper is what you can do later on is the flour will thicken up a little bit as it cooks, and it will make kind of a gravy. And then later on, if it's not thick enough for you, you can always use cornstarch to make your own gravy. So that's pretty much what it is. You just, like I said, salt and pepper or flour, also mixture, whatever, or Lipton onion soup mix on the outside. Coconut oil, put it in the pan, let it sear for a few minutes, and then set it off to the side and let it drain off a little bit. Like I said, that's all I'm doing right here. is just searing in the flavor, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay. Okay, so I'm back again, and this is just adding into what I've already started to chop up. Your basic garlic, real simple, real easy. Just peel it out of its shell, out of its skin or whatever, and you can make the garlic as small as you want, as big as you want it. It's up to you. It's your creation. So I just give it a few chops, and then put it into the bowl, which is the crock pot bowl. And then turnips, I've already peeled them. Real quick, real easy. You can do these like potatoes, and all I do is just kind of section them out a little bit. It's however you want to do it. Like I said, make sure you're nice, really sharp, and make sure you don't hurt yourself. Like I said, it's going all in the same bowl, so this is like a real simple, real easy recipe that you can make for your family, friends, loved ones, significant others, whoever you want to make it with. It is a fun night, you know, for staying in when it's cold out and having some comfort food. This is comfort food, by the way. Getting the butt ends off the turnips here. And like I said, just make sure that when you're cutting down and away from yourself, make sure the knife is sharp, and however many pieces you want to put it into. I make mine fairly thick, which it's all going to get soft anyway, so that is the nice thing about this recipe, is it takes a while to cook, and you can, as they say, set it and forget it, and be done with it and go about your day. Onion, already peeled it and everything. You can quarter it, whatever you want to do to it, however you want to prepare it. Real simple, real easy. What I do with my with my onions when I'm putting them in, adding them for flavor. Just halve them up a little bit, just like that. Flop them on in there. Because remember, it's all adding to the flavor. Make sure you don't cut yourself. Real easy, real simple, real quick. That is just, you know, preparing it. And then I get the I got the store-bought bay leaves. Sometimes I do get the fresh ones from a friend of mine, and unfortunately I did not go get them today. But adding, I add about 3 bay leaves, and then sprigs of thyme. The thyme gives it a real good kick, and real easy, real simple with the thyme. Just, you know, the old peeling it down, getting all the greens off of there, and getting that flavor in there. You know, and some people will actually take the time and they'll just put it in as whole, and you can do it however you want. You just got to make sure that when you're dishing it out, that you don't get the little shoots, or whatever you want to call them, the little wooden branches, small branches that they're on. So you know, it's totally up to you and how you do it. Some people just throw them on in there. I don't. I like to do it this way with my fingers, peel it off, and peel it off. And that's easy, that's real simple. Also, another thing too is when you're done with this, and you're done with your bay leaves can stay dry. You can put them in an envelope, keep them dry. The time to keep it fresh, also wrap it in a moist paper towel, and then put it back in the box here and put it in the refrigerator. That keeps it for a little longer than what it normally would go for. So just a little tip there, in case you guys were wondering. And then here in a second, we'll go ahead and we'll put the okay, I'm back, and the finish line is approaching, and here is where we just kind of dump the meat on in, and we dump the broth in. And reminder, low sodium beef broth that you want to use. You can use tongs or a fork, however you want to do it, just as long as you don't cross-contaminate everything. I lay that on top, and like I said, you know, just a little bit of roast there. Make sure you throw this away and wash it real good so you don't cross-contaminate yourself and get, you know, blood everywhere. Low sodium beef broth, and then if that is not enough, you can always add water to it. Also use chicken broth also, just to jazz it up a little bit, like I did with the chicken noodle soup. I combine the beef broth and the chicken noodle soup into mixture that I made the other day, is if you guys were watching that. So just kind of a you know, mix it up kind of flavor thing, if that's what you so choose to do. Go ahead and some people say submerge halfway because the juice will be produced inside here and it'll elevate the water level or the fluid level. So it's however you want to do it. Make sure that you know, once you set it, put it on high for the first. I usually put it on high for the first hour, hour and a half, and then back it down, depending how long you're going to cook it. With this type of meat, this slice of meat, and this thickness of meat, you can go about 2 hours. I usually go a little longer. I try to cook mine for about 3-4 hours at the minimum. It just gets a good flavor and seals everything in there. And then along the way, you know, as you are cooking and everything, and you take it out, you know, you can taste your broth and everything and see if it is what you like, if it is the consistency you like. If not, then if you want to thicken it up, go ahead and do what you do normally to thicken up your gravy, whether it's cornstarch and flour. Or you can use, you know, or you don't want to do that, you can spice it up a little bit by adding poultry seasoning, whatever seasonings you want to try. The main ingredients, like I said though, in this cooking recipe are of course the roast itself, searing it with salt and pepper, and using the turnips and quartering those up, onions, garlic, onion. And some people, you can throw in carrots. Some people also throw in, as a substitute for the turnips, they throw in potatoes. And if you want to use potatoes, fine. Just remember that it's a starch. And if you're counting your calories and following the 21-day fix, they don't recommend that. But, you know, we all do need some starches in our diet. So, you know, whatever meal plan you're following, you know, and whatever, you know, you're being directed to by your doctor, follow that. You know your health better than anybody. And also don't forget your garlics and clove too. I put in about 4 cloves of garlic and chopped them up and put them on in there. And then we will give you guys the final result here this evening, and let's show you the finished product. And this is one of the things that I will also be storing away for this week, freezing also for a rainy day, just because you may cook for yourself, you may cook for 3 or 4 other people. If you make it in a big giant, you know, convenient pot and you have a lot left over, just don't forget to, you can freeze it and then unthaw it or use it for your meal prep for that week. Variety, spice of life. So you guys, thanks for cooperating with me and listening. This is my second video, actually 3rd or 4th. I know I did a couple last year in regards to cooking, but like I said, if you guys want to see more of these, give me drop me a line and let me know what you'd like to see. I know I got a couple requests for chicken and how to keep your chicken moist. So we will be doing that along with one of my other coach partners, Carla, and she will be handling the chicken and how not to make it so dry. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming in the next couple days. You guys take care. Have a wonderful evening, and Sunday Fun Day.